Hey guys, so today I'm gonna show you how to install a Bowflex MY17 dumbbell stand. I got this from Amazon. So I already opened all the parts and kept them aside. Okay, so here are the parts that most of the parts that it came with, and then there are some more here. Okay, so I have already installed or removed some most of the 20 mm screws as well as the 70 mm screws, and fixed all these washers to them. Okay, so we're gonna, and then I still have some more parts, so we're gonna use it as we start screwing them, or as we start building this entire setup. Okay, let's go. Okay, so the first step we're gonna do is we will attach all these rubber bases. There are 4 rubber bases that they gave for securing the stand to the ground. Okay, so we're gonna fix all of them like this. Okay, so this is the first, then okay, and then the similar way. So we have to do it for this thing as well. Okay, so at the bottom, as you can see at the bottom, there's like a space where you can fit this. So let's fit for both. There you go. So for our next step, I'll take this right hand stabilizer, which is marked with the right R, and then the right stand leg. So these also marked with the letter R. Okay, and then just make sure we have to attach them together actually. Okay, and just make sure this advertisements and this information labels goes inside. Okay, and then all you have to do is, okay, so you attach it on the back side actually. Okay, so like this, it will go right here. Okay, so let's do that. So for this process, so we take this 20 mm screws, and then just make sure you have attached these washers as well. Okay, and then yeah, just make sure this goes like this, and then let's attach everything. Okay, first do it with the hand, and then you're gonna use a screwdriver. You can use a screwdriver or this piece to tighten it up. Okay, so once the right leg and right stabilizer are done, so we'll repeat the same thing for the left. So I took the L, the left stabilizer, and then the left leg, and then I'm going to attach it. So yeah, and just make sure, see, the advertisement goes inside, or the warning label goes inside. Okay, so yeah, and we need the 2 of the 20 mm screws with the washers attached. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and fix it, screw it here. So I have both the right and left legs with stabilizers attached, so they will look like this. So now the next step is we'll attach the bottom cross brace in between actually, so it will go like this. Okay, so we have to make sure the Bowflex logo will face our side. Okay, so let's go ahead and attach them. And again, for this step we will use 4 of the M20 screws with the washers attached, and then we'll use either this tool or this tool. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and attach the bottom cross brace to both the right and left hand legs. Okay, so I have both the right and left legs with stabilizers attached, so they will look like this. So now the next step is we'll attach the bottom cross brace in between actually, so it will go like this. Okay, so we have to make sure the Bowflex logo will face our side. Okay, so let's go ahead and attach them. And again, for this step we will use 4 of the M20 screws with the washers attached, and then we'll use either this tool or this tool. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and attach the bottom cross brace to both the right and left hand legs. Okay, so now the bottom cross brace is attached to the both legs. Okay, so now the next step we're gonna do is we will attach the bumpers to our dumbbell holdings, dumbbell base actually. Okay, so for this we need these 2 plates, and then the tools we need our Phillips screwdriver, or you can use these built-in or the provided tool that they gave with the kit. And then we need 8 of these screws, and then we need these bumpers actually. And as you can see, they have marked 1090 and then 552 on these bumpers. So just make sure whatever dumbbell size you are using, just use those bumpers actually. So my bumpers range from 5 pounds to 52 pounds, which is a 552 model. So I'll use this, and then I'll keep this thing outside actually. Okay, so in order to fix these bumpers first, so what we have to do is just flip this. So this bumpers goes exactly into these holes actually. Okay, and then so what we'll do is, so I'll just so the bumper has 2 holes, so we'll just make sure these 2 holes align with the holes here on the plate. Okay, and then what we'll do is we'll just flip this thing, we'll just insert this into here, and then put it like this. Okay, and then take a screw, and then just put it here, and then and then tighten the bumper. Okay, so we have to repeat the step for all the 4 bumpers, so I'm gonna do that now. Okay, so we have I have finished installing the bumpers onto the dumbbell base plate. So the next step is we will install these dumbbell base plates onto the stand. Okay, for that we need these 2 base plates, and then we need 4 of these 70 mm screws, and then just make sure they have these washers attached, and then we need 4 nuts, and then we have 4 washers for that, and then we need these 2 tools actually. Okay, so if you guys are not sure which way to put which way that we should insert, just make sure the side with 3 holes goes inside actually. So the side with 3 holes goes inside, so this way it will just go this way. So once you have finished installing the bumpers onto the base plates, onto the both base plates, so the next step is we're going to insert them into the legs, and then tighten them. But what I would suggest is don't tighten them yet, so just go ahead and install them a little bit, and I mean, you can see the holes may not align yet. um, Before that, just go ahead and place your the media tray first, because if you tighten these four screws that are provided here, it we cannot adjust this media tray later actually. So I would recommend don't tighten them yet. So put the media tray first, adjust and make sure the media tray sits here actually. So, and again, don't tighten the media tray too. So I just put these small screws so that it just sits in place actually. So I will tighten these things later as well actually. Okay, see, they are just still wobbly because I just place them so that it doesn't fall out actually. Okay. Okay, so yeah, so the media plate is inserted, and then yeah, the next step we want to make sure is, once it is fixed, now try to push it a little bit so that these four screw, so that the holes of the base plate will align with the holes of the leg actually. Okay, so as you can see, okay, so I just push it a little bit, and then once you push it, so take these M70 screws and then just go ahead and insert them actually, so that it will sit inside the holes actually. Okay, so let me just push on both the ends on these two sides as well, and then let me go ahead and insert these two let me go ahead and insert these four M70 bolts actually. Okay, so the only thing we have to keep in mind is that these screws will come on the outside, okay, and then the nuts will come on the inside actually. So when you are inserting, so just insert it like this. Okay, so let me go ahead and insert it. Okay, so I was able to push these M70 screws into the holes, yeah, on four sides, and then I made sure my media center is secured as well actually. So now what we have to do is we have to go ahead and tighten these M70 screws actually. So for that we need these four nuts and then these four washers actually. Okay, so what we'll do is, okay, so take one washer, put it like this, like this, and then take this nut, make sure the it has two sides, make sure the flat side goes against the stand actually. Okay, so yeah, I'll just tighten up with this hand a little bit, and then I'll do the same thing for four sides actually. Okay, so in order to tighten this thing, so what we have to do is you have to hold the nut like this, and then on the other end use this tool. Okay, so put this tool like this. Okay, so hold this screw with this tool, and then on the other end tighten this nut actually with this thing. Okay, so just make sure you hold the screw so that it doesn't move with this tool, and then fix this nut or tighten this nut up with this tool. Okay, so and repeat the same step for all the four of these tools. So I'm going to do that now. Okay, so both the dumbbell bases are secured here to the stand. So the final step left is fixing the media tray and then tightening up all the screws for the media tray. So we have already placed the flathead screws here, flathead cap screws here. So now we'll just tighten them up actually. So just in case if you didn't place them, so here are the flathead screws, and then this small washer, and then a small bolt actually. So we use the thinner tool for this, and then again, so we use this end of the tool. Okay, so I'll just place this here, and then on the bottom side of the tree, so we have multiple. Okay, so see, I take the small washer, okay, and then place it here, and then fix it. Okay, so we'll do the same thing actually. So what we'll do is we'll hold it like this, and on the bottom, so we'll hold this flathead cap screw like this, so that just make sure it doesn't move. And then on the bottom side, so we use this tool, this end of the tool, to tighten the nut. Okay, so we have to repeat the same step for 4 times. Okay, so the media tray is securely tightened as well. So now the final steps are to just make sure these things touch the ground actually, so that the stand doesn't wobble. Okay, so just make sure all these things are touching the ground, and then also just make sure all the screws are tightened properly. Okay.